Hello, welcome back to the NDS. We're here at the Brno circuit for race 9. Look down qualifying, and back up we go. It'll be the road course race now. 6 Krugmeyer on pole, pace car in, and it's going to be the green flag to kick off the Nissan 350. Here we go. Who's going to be the one to jump the inside? Plenty of ways to enter turn 1. A little bit of a stack up that time. The 6 and the 10 contesting the lead here early. Headed into 3. Has several medium speed corner switchbacks where handling is king. Make sure you keep your wheels going where you want them to. A little further back, a few cars. There's a solid battle here. Ben McDonald trying to take advantage on the inside. 66 goes a little wide. Team Duke as well. Toad Warrior kind of cruising through, just trying to survive here. The 8 and the 16 kind of missing some marks there. Really want to take advantage of those corner exits like Toad Warrior is doing here. Able to get just enough of a run. Meanwhile, Hyperdrive puts a couple wheels in the dirt. Going to lose a spot to Racer, maybe even Logan. The 6 continues to lead up front. See the single file miss beginning to take shape here. Take a look. Top 10 as they come across the line. Hyper and Logan, not sure what spot they're battling for, but it's definitely got to be a good one. Looks like they're contesting 7th. I think Logan got it. Toad putting a pass on Ben, taking 11th place away. See how difficult it is to get passes going here. Back out front, the 10 is taking the lead. Off the final corner. So RS Fast and 11 leading this train around. Krugmeyer second, Misty Viper third. I saw that on the ticker earlier, but didn't realize how quickly the 10 got him on the first lap. The top 3 here haven't won in a while, so a lot of desperation to keep track position might arise later in the race. The 31's definitely pushing it, looking to go for second here. Peaked, but never actually took advantage. Sometimes you have to, make your moment happen. Maybe try to force it even. As we look at the field going through the carousel. Mizzou goes off a little bit. So does Landon. This looks like 17th place throughway battle here. Seto, Mizzou, BS Fast Lane 11. I think Team Duke might have ran off as well. He lost some spots. 14, Razor. There's plenty of mistakes that can happen from rising the pack. Like, see how many spots Landon has lost. I think he lost like 6 or 7 spots a lap. That can happen here. And there are some drivers who are stuck in the back who can't really get anything going. Zentz getting passed by Gamma pretty prominently as those drivers in the back of the pack trying to survive are just trying to ride it out. Both rookies not having a good start. Then rounding out the back of the pack is a couple of fantasy drivers. Dirtman 5, currently in last. The top two kind of pulled away. As for plenty of other drivers, there's still like competition happening. Like you see the 9 Canadian Lux pulling up alongside Ben McDonald, so there's still competition to be had. The 9 trying to finish off that pass on the 16 and does so. The Tiger Man just sitting there in 15th. He's just doing about as good a job as any. Just trying to outlast the competition. I think somebody dipped some wheels on the road. That was the 9. So as easy as you can gang position, you can lose it as well. 3 wide going into the turn. 66 is going to be taking the point there. As Mizzou losing a few spots, he's now behind Seto and even BS Fastlane 11. So watching out for drivers going off. There's Seto. Really important keeping your wheels underneath you for this track. Born ready in a tough spot. CS Fastlane 11. Trying to breach through into the top 20. And the Puff has been inside the top 25 these last few laps. Actually not doing half bad of a job. The 10 car is pulling away. So that's what the situation looks like up front. Situation out back is thinning out, so situation up front. Team Duke running up on the 66. Tiger Man got by him. You can see on board with the 84 how like there is some good bit of up and down, but the main theme of this track is a lot of medium speed corners. I think Team Duke might be trying to switch back, but can't really get good exit to capitalize. Mainly just when your opponent messes up, that's when you strike. So trying to bait your opposition into messing up, that's kind of the ebbs and flows of this track. Big gap back to Mizzou from Team Duke. 78's been doing his best, but hasn't quite been able to work out so far. Oh, I think somebody ran off. I think the 10 had a big off moment. Krugermeyer's going to try and cut some of that lead down. We'll see what the margin is, the line, while other drivers coming over the hill, those who were like pulled over to the left, kind of messed up their corner exit, trying to redeem themselves. That cuts down to about 1.25 seconds. Jake, meanwhile, hasn't had the best race. He's still running 4th, which is actually nice for track position, but like seemingly everyone around him is kind of running away. Kyle D has taken 3rd pretty convincingly, and the top 2 are even further away than that. I think the 34 might look for another position. No, not Tiger Man. Speaking of positions, Team Duke and Mizzou are going to be trading blows here through this section. I think 78 wants to fall back in line, maybe wait for Duke to make a mistake. See how that goes. Let's just head up front real quick. This is the 10, continues to lead. Kyle D in third, trying to get as much as he can out of it. And Thurman 5 was about 4 seconds back to the line, but these laps are long. Like, Road America had laps around 2 minutes. These laps are like 10 seconds longer than 2 minutes. So, a lot can happen in a lap. Or there's a potential for a lot to happen. A lot of corners you got to nail down. You just got to get it right. So as he goes in turn one, continue to watch as drivers come through here. The 50, I think the 50 might have had a pretty rough lap. We saw the puff there up in the 20 and must have lost about like 5 spots or something. Look at this entry into turn one. 3 wide, courtesy of 1738 and 22. Zentz is able to optimize that line and clear them both. Look at this. It is a matter of whether or not the 6 can. Oh, look at this. There's like little 3 or 4 cars that Jake has kind of has himself in with. Misty Viper, Hyperdrive, and Racer are all like stacked up there. This is for 4th. And remember, this is 2 points per position within the top 10, so there's very much incentive to optimize here if you're someone like Hyper or Racer, seeing all these spots in front of you. .33 messes up a little bit. Racer trying to get around. That kind of breaks up the flow a little bit there. But Racer can try to get the spot on Hyper. But instead didn't. Just kind of tanked that opportunity there. Is Logan now behind. Running 8th. Doing himself a fine job. Kyle D in 3rd, trying to put the pressure on to get to the 6. The 10 is still out there. And one thing note, Toad Warrior inside top 10, got that pass done on the 8 car. I think another top 10 run for Toad is what he needs to get the points, especially with some of those guys in front of him having bad days. This could be what the 60 needs. He sees KSS BSS go a little bit wide, could pounce on another one. No, not quite yet. Doesn't want to take that. Can't imagine why. This is going to be a one-stop race. But if a caution falls at a weird time, that might mess things up. Seeing the 66 kind of having difficulty with defending spots. Now under fire from Mizzou. This is battle for 16th. I think the 66 is going to keep. back up here. You just see how barren it is. More like does have, not sure if I want to call it an F1 feel, but a lot of separation here. Sixth place, still heating up. I think Racer might have the line he wants, as long as he hits his marks right, which I don't think he did. I don't think he did. The 33 going to defend here. Pretty hard. Pretty tough for Racer to attempt to get by. I thought Ben might have had something for Steve, but that didn't quite pan out. Although BS Fast 11 and Seto going to be battling for 18th here, coming down to 1. I think the 54 might try and run this back. No, not really. Just kind of fall in line and see what you get. Zentz is still kind of bogged down in traffic. Hate to have a good car kind of clogged up here. Yeah, you can see, well, you can't really see that well because of how far away that 6 is. Which, if you're a fan of the 10, or the driver of the 10, you'll love to see it. These corners provide slightly better opportunity to see the 6 car, but yeah, it ain't really happening. There is elevation here. It's just that the corner variety isn't that high. So a very unique prospect of a track. The 10 continues to roll his own. We'll see his lap time come across the line. RS Fast 11 hit a 209.050. A 209, so kind of running the same here. Look at this. That one Racer could be trying to defend, actually loses a spot to the 42 as Hyperdrive takes a spot from Misty Viper. That's for 5th. They can battle pretty well. It's just the battle up front's kind of non-existent. The 6 had it, then she didn't. Kind of how it is. You kind of see how frustrating it is running second all day. You're back there and you just want to get something laid down. One driver I haven't talked much about this race, I think, is Born Ready. He's gotten BS Fest 11 lost a couple spots, but Born Ready in the top 20, actually kind of doing pretty cool right now. Just running where he is. Just having himself a grand old time. Very fine. Now I think we might get a time to talk about fantasy drivers. We usually don't highlight them here in NDS, but this could be a pretty fierce battle between Fred Jones, the Puff. That could be a top 25 spot they'll fight over. And see some other spots going side by side as well. Joe Mama in the 2 is just there. Trying to put a spot in the 45, but not really. Oh, see a couple wide runners there. The 2 got very bad off the corner. Not sure who the other one is. Might have been the 71. Yeah, he definitely got passed. That does not spark joy for this team. Yeah, let's go with the 31. Yeah, you can see all the separation amongst these spots. Toad Warrior in 8th. He's definitely trying to maximize his day here. KSS, BSS, Canadian Lux. Both drivers going for 11th right now. Now here is interesting dilemma for either driver. Because once you get 11th, it's like pretty long way in front for 10th. Also, there's that upcoming pit stop you might want to have to worry about. That's for everybody. Oh, 66 went off a little bit. It's going to be a little bit costly, losing a couple spots. It's been rough sailing for the 66 ever since he started here. I think that 10 and 6 are closer than they ever have been. And considering we're in the range for green flag pit stops, we might actually begin to see that as you do. Oh, remember, this is one hell of a pit road entry. Because the pit road entry is a left-right flick. So you have to nail it. As Toad and Racer stay out. Interesting call there. Meanwhile, seems like the bulk of drivers coming in. Laundry Sauce also stayed out. Everyone else came in, so all but 3 drivers have pitted. Oh, I think we had an incident at the beginning of pit road, not sure. This might be pole sitter's curse for the 10. Or the top 2 are there. Laundry Sauce is yet to come out. He's still there. Actually, very costly for the 10 team on what just happened. Might have been that flick of damage, but lost a ton of spots. RS Fast and 11, not going to be happy about this one. Toad Warrior and Racer 1-2 right now. They're going to come down pit road next time by. That cycles Kyle D and Krugemeyer. Could kick up a battle for a lead here. I think Racer's trying to keep with Toad. Maybe not too close because of that how that pit entry is, but like we'll see. Tank Gunner thinks 10 is stay on pit. I don't even think the 10 was the pole sitter. So that's definitely an interesting dilemma here. Tank Gunner replay on the 48. He got punted into his box by the 62. So Krugemeyer cycles to the lead. 99 of Laundry Sauce coming in. The Sauce also nicked the corner there. Toad and Racer coming off pit road at this point. Toad Warrior actually pulling right in front of the 33 in the corner. Toad definitely made up quite a bit of spots this race, but I'm not sure if there's going to be enough time for him to finish the job. Meanwhile, unfortunate, RS Fast 11 back down to about 13th right now after the day he's had. Krugemeyer now in control of this thing. Kyle D in second, right there. Could take it. Jake's third. Toad actually sitting fourth right now. As Hyperdrive rounds out top 5. Pretty sure he was fifth around the time he started pit stop, so it might be an even split for a 33 team. 99's back out where he expected to be. Pretty much everyone's out there except Tank Gunner. Unfortunate. And I'm not sure if it's going to end his day, but end of him contending for anything other than last. Unless other drivers wreck, but these road course guys seem to be handling pretty fine, despite the challenges ahead of them. Kyle D starting to kind of zero in on the 6. Made up a ton of ground in that braking zone, but we'll have to see how well the 24 accelerates off the corner. I don't think he laid the power down pretty well there, so not exactly smooth sailing. GR's Fast 11 has up to 10th right now. He's trying to run as fast as he can. Don't think he can make up all that time, but certainly gonna try and get at least some sort of top 10 finish for stats' sake. I think Kyle D might actually have the better car here. Just needs to run down the 6. This could actually be something for the lead here. If a 24's racecraft can be a bit more consistent in reeling in, who knows what could happen. Jake sitting a comfortable 3rd. Toad 4th, Hyper 5th. Those coming off pit road. I think another driver who had a pretty bad day is KSS BSS. Problem is, he can't really afford to have days like these. He needs all the points he could get, and a 28th place run is not going to cut it at all. Tank Gunner still on the pits. So that just leaves us with the big chase between the 6 and the 24. Somebody got some dirt there. Might have been Toad. I think he's just trying to push it a little too hard. Misty Viper, Racer, going for a spot here. And I think Racer might defend, but the 31's not giving up. The 1 actually had a pretty good time through there. And here we go. Rear camera this time. It's a lot more threatening in the mirror here. Seeing Kyle D. Both of these drivers in the top 2 right now are more than 2 years removed from their last win. So making it to the top now for either of them would be an amazing accomplishment this far into their career. Krugermeyer, Kyle D. The 1-2 fight right now. It's hard to watch here. I think the 24 might actually have better run down exit on that corner right there. I think he's there. Not quite yet there, but it's going to heat up. This fight is it. And who's going to get it? Coming to 5 to go. I think Hyperdrive took 4th place back for the time being from Toad Warrior. Trying different lanes through 1 and 2. I know it might be tempting to try to just hope the 6 gets into a mistake, but eventually you got to try something to put yourself in a position where you can take it, where you can just strong arm the lead away in one of these turns here. Jake in 3rd if anything happens. The 6 doing a best job as anyone, trying to keep that car cornered as well as it can. Actually gapping the 24 a bit here. But this final sector here could spell trouble for the 6 team. Jake in the 77 is just doing what he can, just to try to slowly reel in if he can. Oh, the 6. Oh, the 24 may have overstepped his boundaries a little bit. That might be the dagger so far. Kyle D's gonna have to work back on reeling in the 6 if he wants another shot. Meanwhile, Jake in the 77 smells 2nd place. Hyperdrive and Toad still rounding out the top 5. 4 to go. Update on Tank Gunner. He is back out on track, but he is 2 laps down to the point. And Darkest Presence has busted his camshaft. He will DNF from the race. For the top few, what's it going to be? Can the 6 survive? I think nailing these technical sections, being a little further back means that your decisions aren't influenced by the 6, like less dirty air, so to speak. So maybe you could reel in and then just hope the 6 hits a mistake when you're in the right time to jump. Because I think the 24, we talk about 4 laps to go. This is 4 laps to go on this lap right now. 4 laps to go on any oval, it would be a done deal for the 6 to get the win, but 4 laps, coming down 3 laps at Brno, is going to feel like forever around this place. So Kyle D trying to run down the 6. That's just where we are right now. Hyperdrive honestly gapping for 4th. Like, goddamn. And Toad Warrior might lose 5th to Racer. I think the 60 might have messed up off that corner there. I think Kyle D must have messed off some corner to lose more time. 6 rounding out top 10. Team Duke making up a spot. Mizzou's inside top 15. Somebody must have fucked up pretty hard to lose a lot of spots. That's BS Fast and 11 back to the top 20 at least. There's Jake running 2nd. I think the 6 got her sea legs back, so that could be there. Toad and Racer. There's plenty of drivers who could initiate a battle, but they're just kind of trying to survive to the end. Logan here, running 8th, just about as average as he could. Just not taking the initiation here. Meanwhile, the 6, I think it's really prominent. When you have fresh tires, you could probably make battles happen, but late in the run, I think being up front truly is the best asset you could have. I think that's what the 6 is banking on. Try to finish this race. Racer there, the top 10 gang, all just lined up trying to see if anyone else makes a mistake. Oh, that's the Racer with a mistake. That might cost him a spot or 2. Misty Viper is there. Hit 2 to go, and it looks like the 6 might be pulling away for the lead here. Misty and Racer never giving up around here. I'm watching going down the straights. There's not giving up yet. I think the 7th place. .31 is just all over the back there for it. Yeah, top 3 are so spaced out. Even 4th place is in a league of his own. Code Warrior for 5th, trying to pull away from those guys. And Logan running a little wide. That's going to let RS Fast and 11 take 8th here. A spot for the 10. Born Ready CS Fast and 11. Yeah, seeing what the heck this car can do. Plenty of drivers out back. Seeing how far away that is. Tank Gunner did get that spot on the 62, so a 38th place for Tank Gunner has been accomplished here. Meanwhile, white flag for the 16. One more lap to go. Just taking it low and slow. Not too slow. as once again, keeping your wheels on the road seems to be the best way to get this one going. All hands on deck for the 6 team. They looked pretty good. Kyle D, he has been actually putting in pretty decent runs from time to time ever since Season 5 began, but has never actually been able to seal the deal, and it looks like this race might be one that gets away from the 24 team again. 3rd place, Jake, putting in good points, just cashing them in, doing himself a fine job. Hyperdrive and Toad, each lined up for a top 5 finish. They'll get plenty of points to build onto their seasons to try to get themselves in the top 10. Well, Toad, mainly Hyper's already in the top 12. Jesus Christ. Yeah, top 5s for trying to build those playoff spots definitely helps. Oh, look at this. 24 is maybe there. I'm not sure if this will amount to anything, but the fact that he got that close in a lap might be evident that something might happen. The 6 goes a little bit off, but I don't think he's got enough time left. The clock strikes midnight for Kyle D's comeback. He is not going to win. Instead, Krugemeyer crosses the line to win at Brno. The 6 team has been just so close so many times, but no more. It took them damn near 800 days, but mission complete. Let's see. There's plenty of drivers. Yeah, you got a lot of drivers like mid-pack. This lap is so long, you still got drivers racing for these spots. Yeah, see, the 38 got one on the 50 on the final lap. There's the 5, the 15, the 2. Yeah. That's just about what it is. And that is how it goes. It can get a little crazy sometimes, but it keeps you in suspense till the very end. Exactly what it needs to do. That's all for this race. We'll see you next time. Take care.